Live from Studio 16, welcome to Crusader Country with your hosts Connor Chin and Giselle Borges.
Crusader Country, take one.
Good morning, and welcome to this week's edition of Crusader Country, where we catch up with activities going on in ALJ. I'm Connor Chin with my partner,
Giselle Borges. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get on with the show.
Some people think that water might be the next fossil fuel. Like oil and gas, water is a natural resource that there is a chance we might run out of. That's even more of a concern with an increase in the number of droughts taking place around the world. How concerned should we be? Let's take a look.
Droughts are a very common occurrence in certain areas of the world. A drought is a lack of precipitation over a long period of time. The worst areas for droughts are located in Oregon, California, Nevada, Utah, and New Mexico. Droughts can cause many different issues, including limiting the amount of drinking water. It can also affect the air quality and food supply. Now would be a good time to start paying attention to water conservation.
What are some ways that you think you can save water?
Personally, to save water while I'm brushing my teeth, I turn off the faucet after I wet my toothbrush. What about you, Connor?
Me, I think I can take shorter showers, but what do you say we move on?
Yeah. One of the most important things you can do, personally, to help the environment is to reduce your carbon footprint. Let's check it out.
One, recycle more. Making a pledge to recycle your waste and take advantage of your local recycling bins and facilities. 2, cut out plastic. Choose to use paper shopping bags, metal straws, and or any other plastic allowances or alternatives where possible. 3, minimize food waste. Place organic food scraps in compost bucket and or use it to feed your garden. Try to finish your meals in restaurants and takeaways. Store food correctly by placing it in cool, dry, and cupboard or fridge type of areas. Number 4, save water. Saving water is critical for South Africans, not only when there is drought, but every single day. Only flush the toilet when necessary. Reduce your shower time and reduce the minutes. 5, use eco-friendly products. Starting to use eco-friendly products or cleaning products such as shampoos, detergents, dishwashing liquids, etc. Opt for low photophosphate products, as these are better for water systems, rivers, and oceans. Number 6, fertilize your garden. Take care of your garden, especially during the winter. Use organic waste, vegetable offcuts from your kitchen to start a compost. Use these composts to feed your plants. Compost is an amazing natural fertilizer for plants, lawns, and trees. It's a better alternative. You can use conventional fertilizers to keep your soil full and well of nutrients. It's all good. You can go.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Number 7, grow vegetables and herbs. Do some research on local plant species and hardy flora that do not require too much water. These are the best options when planting seeds. Start a vegetable garden and plant your own tomatoes, carrots, spinach, and any other vegetables that are healthy. Number 8, reduce electricity usage. Make an effort to minimize your electricity usage. You know how we all use our phones these days and computers and all that? Reduce that a little bit. Switch off the lights when needed and when not in that room. Or turn off the television when you're not watching, or unplug your cell phone. Charger it when it's not in use. Number 9, buy local. Shop at closest stores to your house or at convenient supermarket on the way home. Visit your local markets on the weekend and support your local grocers and farmers. Number 10, use public transport. Try to make use of these public transport systems as much as possible. This will reduce the number of vehicles on the road, easing traffic congestion, and reducing carbon emissions, making it easier for the air to be more breathable.
What are some ways you think you can reduce your carbon footprint?
Personally, I think to reduce your carbon footprint, you could ride your bike to certain places if they're in the right distance, or Maybe skateboarding or riding a scooter. What about you?
Me, I ride my bike whenever I can.
Cool.
What do you say we move on?
Yep.
Recently, New Jersey imposed a law to ban plastic bags and straws to cut back on the damage that they can do in landfills. So here's some more on that.
The ban went into effect on May 4th, 2022. Plastic bags are difficult and costly to recycle and most end up on landfill sites. When shopping, bring your reusable shopping bags to help fight waste in your town. Paper bags that you can reuse is a great alternative. Recycle your disposable bags by bringing them to your local retailer. On November 4th, 2020, Governor Phil Murphy enacted the most progressive bag ban law. Plastic straws are also bad for the environment. A law passed that only allow plastic straws to be used upon request. Plastic straws are also not biodegradable, meaning they can't break down.
Plastic straws are not biodegradable.
10 seconds.
All right, back to these guys. 4.
So, Connor, have you bought any reusable bags lately?
Me, yeah, I just got some from Stop and Shop. What about you?
Me, yes. I get mine from Trader Joe's. So let's move on. Air quality is becoming a large problem in today's world. Next up, we have a report about air pollution and what we can do to fix it. We spoke to staff and students here at ALJ to get their take on this topic.
Hi, this is Connor Chin, and today we're going to talk about air pollution. As most of you know, air pollution is the contamination of air in the atmosphere, and it has a direct impact on global warming and the environment. To get an expert's take, we spoke to Dr. Gianna Tassio, a teacher here at ALJ. How does air pollution affect the Earth's temperature?
Well, there's greenhouse gases, obviously, that are part of what causes the greenhouse effect. Without the greenhouse gases, the temperature on the Earth would be, 40 to 80 degrees colder. So we need the greenhouse effect in order to keep the Earth temperature the way they are. The issue is the increase in the greenhouse effect, and that's how it affects the Earth's temperature. By putting more and more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, we're increasing the effect of the greenhouse effect, which then can lead to temperature increase in the Earth.
What adds the most air pollution into the atmosphere?
Well, it probably used to be factories, but they've gotten a lot better with factories and by installing scrubbers, which are like electrostatic filters to keep the, a lot of the things that would have normally been in the atmosphere, no longer in the atmosphere. So probably at this point, it's probably more travel, more, automobiles and things of that nature, because the factories have done a pretty good job of cleaning them up.
Okay.
I often drive my car either coming to school and going back home or going to the gym.
I drive my car mostly just going to school and back and just picking up my brother. So about just say 20 to 25-minute drives.
What can we do as individuals to help reduce air pollution?
Well, there's a lot of things you can do. Obviously, the simple things like just to walk or take your bike rather than drive if you can, carpool, those sorts of things. But on a bigger scale, I think it's just being a little bit more aware environmentally of what's going on, trying to make sure that if you can conserve fuel. When you heat your home, those are also fossil fuels. So, maybe not heat your home at as a higher temperature where fossil fuels are being used. Electricity is also a fossil fuel, which a lot of people don't realize. Much of the electricity is generated through burning fossil fuels, coal, oil, natural gas. So conserving on electricity and things of that nature. So there's a lot of things that individuals can do that maybe won't inconvenience them all that much as something on a larger scale, like trying to get yourself an electric vehicle. If you just went with some of those other things in your everyday life, it could help.
Okay.
I think one of the ways I can reduce air pollution is probably riding on my bike, doing skateboarding, walking, just not to use my car more as often.
different. If I have the opportunity to, I will ride my bike to places if it's a short distance. If it's somewhere like going down to the shore or going to school, then I will drive.
What are some ways that you can reduce air pollution?
Some ways you could reduce air pollution. You could turn the heat down in your house and put it at a cooler temperature. You could just use blankets if you want to keep warm. And yeah.
All right. What do you say we move on?
Yep.
Today's a beautiful day. Let's see if this warm trend will continue. Here is Gianni DePaz with the weather.
Hey guys, for today's weather, will be a high of 70 and partly cloudy, so don't get your hopes up for getting tan today. Tomorrow, on the other hand, there's a 90% chance of showers for the first part of the day, and it will fluctuate throughout the day. And remember, it's always sunny in Studio 16.
So Connor, do you have any plans today to go outside and be out in this beautiful weather?
Me? No. I might ride my bike a little bit. What about you?
Cool. Today, I'm not going to be outside as much as I would like to, but yeah, let's move on.
One of the biggest threats to our environment is the rise in global warming. How serious is it? We have some answers in our next report.
Global warming is a serious problem in our current day and age. According to climate.nasa.gov, the planet's average surface temperature has risen about 2 degrees Fahrenheit or 1 degree Celsius since the late 19th century. This change in temperature has been largely caused by carbon dioxide emissions in the atmosphere. The main cause of most global warming and climate change is human activity. Also from NASA, most of the increased heat has been absorbed by oceans. This uptake in ocean temperature can cause disastrous consequences for marine life and ocean ecosystems. It also causes coral bleaching and loss of breeding grounds for fish and mammals. The ice sheets are shrinking in size. Each year, Greenland and Antarctica have lost 279 billion and 148 billion tons of ice repeatedly every year. This obviously has devastating consequences on the environment, as Arctic animals like polar bears depend on those ice sheets and glaciers as their homes and visitation areas. As glaciers are disappearing all across the world, such as in the Alps, Andes, Rockies, Alaska, and Africa. Another problem is sea levels are rising 8 inches in the last century, and in 2 decades have doubled since the previous 8 inches. According to concerned scientists and activists at climateclock.world, we have less than 7 years before we reach the point of no return to stop the increase of global warming.
Hey Giselle, have you noticed the effects of global warming?
I have a little bit. It's been really, really hot lately, and the days that it's been pretty unbearable to be outside. So yeah.
All right, let's move on. That's it for today's show. Thank you for stopping by Crusader Country. Stay safe, and remember, you can check us out anytime on the World Wide Web. This is Connor Chin with my partner, Giselle Borges, from Studio 16 in the heart of Crusader Country. Stay well and have fun at prom tomorrow.
Woo!